What if Germany did not capitulate France in World War II? Would the Germans crumble? Or would the entire Europe become communist? You will get your answer in this video. We all know why we make fun of France. It is because of capitulating. They capitulated to Germans during the Second World War just in 6 weeks. But there were only 2 wars which France really lost, and that is the Franco-Prussian War. But today we are not talking about this war, we are talking about the Second World War. French plan for the war was to stay in their forts in Alsace-Lorraine, but the Germans just went around these forts, and thanks to their speed, France capitulated. This also happened because France underestimated Belgium. They thought that they could stop Germans in Belgium, just like in the First World War. So, for France to have any chances, we have to change its entire strategy. There are 2 possibilities: share the defensive line with Belgium, which I think is less possible, or extension of the Maginot Line and then defensive line on the rivers all the way to sea. France would also invest much more to their defense and to their strategy and doctrines. So the war starts the same as in our reality on the 1st of September 1939. The French take the war more seriously and they mobilize much more. The Germans meanwhile manage to conquer Poland and they start looking towards Benelux. They would attack Belgium, which is really unexpected to almost everyone, but the French managed to stop the German attack at the beginning. The Germans would be stopped on French defensive line. There would be attempts to break the line, which if successful would most probably capitulate the French, so they would hold. At this time, German army command would be really mad because of their failure. In this case, the Germans would need to dig down and create trenches. I think that I have seen this somewhere. But at this time, it would be much worse for the Germans. They would be immediately blockaded by the British, and they would have massive economical problems. Their economy was based on conquest. Without it, it would crash in several years. If we look on Italy, they would remain neutral, and even if they joined the Germans to attack the French, they would be stopped, because the French would be at the time completely mobilized and ready. It is also possible that Italy might do its things in the Balkans, but if Germany joins them there on their charade, it would weaken them more. I would also say that the final blow for the Germans would be the Soviet Union. There are 2 possibilities. The Germans would attack the Soviets, which would be a really idiotic decision, or after like 2 years, in 1941, the Soviets would attack the weakened Germans. I don't think that the Soviets would just take some massive area without meeting any resistance, and they could be even slightly pushed back. But this is all. At this moment, Germany is just months from collapsing. France and Britain would begin their offensives in the west, liberating Benelux and taking Rhineland. The Soviets would meanwhile start pushing through Poland. The Germans would then collapse. The Soviet Union would surely be rewarded by parts of eastern Poland, Romania and Czechoslovakia, plus all the things they gained thanks to the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact, like the Baltics, etc. But France and Britain would insist on a return of governments to occupied countries. Poland would gain parts of Silesia, East Prussia, and parts of Pomerania. Czechoslovakia would gain parts of Silesia as well. France would annex Saarland and split Rhineland from Germany, forming a puppet state. Germany would then be divided into south, which would unite with Austria, and to Northern Republic. The Netherlands would be compensated with German territory as well. This is all, but don't leave just yet, because I have a random fact for you ready. Did you know that Alexander the Great met UFOs or UAPs during these campaigns? I have also a great video for you which you can watch right now. Thank you for listening here, and I will see you at the next video. Salvete!